Good morning, 8:26 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Friday, May 24th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So I wanted to put this update out before I got ready this morning. About to jump in the shower, but I decided to put the update out first so everybody can get the technical analysis. So as we can see, XRP sitting just under 53 cents at the 52.9 cent level. We've got Bitcoin down about 474 points or 0.7% to 67,500. We've got the XRP Bitcoin pairing up slightly at 0.75% up to the 784 sat level, putting us in the profit by about 1.1%. Nothing major. The Ethereum ETF, by all accounts, was approved yesterday by the SEC. It's still hard to see anything concrete, but we will read some of the stuff we have. And what does this mean for the other tokens that they're trying to classify as securities? So SEC's ETF decision means Ethereum and a lot of other tokens are not securities. Now, that might be a little off base, but we'll read what that says. We'll also read about the XP whale that dumped 56 million coins amid price fluctuations and what's next for the XRP price. So we'll start with the SEC's approval, supposedly, of the Ethereum ETF. We'll get into a lot of technical analysis. I'll actually front run it very quickly with XRP for a couple minutes, and then we'll get going. So XRP right now is still within this mid-tier level. We're looking to try to push up to that 537 resistance and see how much strength we have. Yesterday we came down and touched the pattern support on the uptrend, and if you look at this from the whole scale, we can see how this looks like a bear flag, but a bull flag that pulled up. So a smaller bear or bull flag within a larger bear flag. And if that's the case, you could anticipate this, even if bearish, to break 537 and then get rejected at 63.6 or 64 cents and then rotate back down as a larger overall bear flag could take hold. But right now, the way these set up, these look like bull flags disguised as larger bear flags. So I'm anticipating a lot of price volatility today, but I would like to see how we react to that 537 line. And if we can get over it and hold, I would be curious to see how we would react at that 574 level. If we could react positively at this level. Now, if this is a bear flag, 90% of the time, if it's a bull flag within a bigger bear flag, you'd get rejected at 572, and then it would just rotate back down to 3870. But that's in a traditional sense. The way this is acting now, it's bounced off of the uptrending support now for a fifth time last night, and that was a volatile swing. We're trying to put in a reversal candle in the daily, which is actually a decent sign going into a holiday weekend. But we really need to close over 53.7 cents today. If you're an XRP holder, if you're a fan of XRP, if you're just looking to know, how would we understand if XRP is more bullish? It really needs to be over 53.7 cents and use that as a support structure, kind of like a springboard up to that 57.4 cents. And ultimately, if we look at the mid-tier cup and handle resistance, it's actually perfectly placed at that 57.4 cents where we're looking to move. It's a beautiful move. It managed to hold the handle support, and if we take this out into a bigger picture, it's much easier to see this cup and handle formation. Hell, I might use that as my picture this morning on my video. But that's the cup and handle we're in. We're still very much within the handle support. And then in the handle support, we've tried to create a inverse head and shoulders, and this would be the right arm right now being formed. It came down, it did not invalidate it, it came down to the neckline, ironically. And now if it's going to push up, this would be the strategic moment for XRP to start to be pushed. But obviously there's a lot of volatility and nothing can be said for certain here this morning. Especially we're going into a thinly traded weekend and a holiday lengthened weekend, so we won't have any trading in the traditional stock markets or the futures markets until Tuesday or Monday night instead of Sunday night. So on Sunday night, when we normally would do a live or whatever to take a look at the markets ahead that are about to come up, there won't be any of that because the markets don't open until Tuesday. They're Monday night, so they won't open Sunday night. So it'll be closed an extra 24 hours in observance of Memorial Day here in the USA. So that's something we're going to have to consider going into the weekend. Very much so. So we'll see if the thinly traded weekend can bring a lot more price fluctuations because of the lack of liquidity. So we'll take a look at the XRP Bitcoin pairing. We'll take a look at Bitcoin, and then we'll take a look first, though, when we come back, at the Ethereum SEC news that the SEC has approved the spot Ethereum ETF. I believe it's 9 different ETFs. Now, does that mean that tokens being ruled securities along with the FIT 7, whatever the hell the bill was? With that bill being passed and then with this ETF approval, is the SEC losing its stronghold? That's the question. Gary Gensler, if you want to know the truth, Gary Gensler rejected the ETF approval for Ethereum. He was against the approval. So if you're wondering Gary Gensler's stand, he actually rejected, but obviously his voice isn't loud enough. But he actually was against the ETF approval. So make sure to hit that like button so YouTube will recommend this update. By you hitting that like button, viewers can find my content when they're scrolling through the YouTube newsfeed. Whether you're a newer or older viewer, you can find my content through the newsfeed. So please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube recommends this video. We end up in the algorithm, and then we end up in the recommendations list, and that's how I pop up on the YouTube newsfeed. I'll catch you on the other side of the intros. We've already timestamped this, but I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to hit that like button. And Steven, thank you so much for making this intro for me 3 years ago. So welcome back, everybody, and thank you very much for hitting that like button. If you're looking to trade XRP in the USA or around the world, look in the video description below under pinned comments for BITUNIX. They do have the lowest spot and leverage trading fees that I've come across. You don't have to worry about high times of volatility of the exchange going down, and just the experiment between Uphold and BITUNIX, and also MEXC for that matter, which is also in the video description below under pinned comments for anybody outside the USA. When we went to buy $4,000 worth of XRP as a example, we ended up getting a $280 fee, about $500 less, or 500 XRP less on Uphold than we were getting from BITUNIX. So consider that. And you don't even need to do a KYC unless you're sending from bank account or receiving, and no KYC around, or no VPN needed worldwide. So don't feel like a criminal to buy XRP. You shouldn't feel like one. So the SEC's ETF decision means Ethereum and a lot of other tokens are not securities. That doesn't mean the securities regulator can't still pursue action against actors in the staking domain industry, analysts and lawyers warn. The approval of spot Ether exchange-traded funds is implicit recognition from the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, that Ether is not a security, according to industry pundits. One even suggests this could extend to other tokens as well. These are commodity-based trust shares, so the SEC, by approving these, is explicitly saying they're not going to go after Ethereum as a security. Stated Bloomberg ETF analyst James Seifert in a discussion with Ryan Sean Adams on the Bankless podcast. Digital asset lawyer Justin Broder believes if Ether ETFs get S1 approval, the final piece needed for them to start trading, then the debate is over. Ethereum is not a security. Tuong Vai Lee says this is a key point. The reason the approval of the spot Ether ETFs is a clear indication that the SEC does not consider Ethereum a security is because funds whose assets are 40% or more securities may not register through a Form S1. Rather, they are considered investment companies and must register on Form N-1A or N-2. That the SEC is allowing the registration of these funds whose assets are well north of 40%. Ethereum via an S1 means the question is settled. Ethereum is not a security. Congrats to the issuer on such a milestone for the industry. What a week. And Justin Broder said if any of the Ethereum spot ETFs go effective on Form S-1, debate is over. Ethereum is not a security. There is no legal way for a fund whose assets consist almost entirely of securities go effective on an S1 with one expectation that doesn't apply. So that's something we're going to have to pay attention to very closely if it's filed under an S1. Adam Cochran, a partner of venture capital firm Cinnamine Ventures, went one step further, arguing that this approach could extend to other project tokens. Ethereum is a commodity. Even with its current attributes, that means we can extrapolate a lot of other projects what eliminates matter, or what elements matter in security. Today, a lot of things probably clearly became commodities, even if they don't know it yet. This week, this day, has been a roller coaster unlike any other I've seen. Ethereum is effectively deemed a commodity, as we've always known it to be. I'm proud to be on the team at Coinbase, the trusted partner custodian for many of the issuers who had 19B-4's approval tonight. So the Securities and Exchange Commission, May 23rd, 2024, Self-Regulatory Organization, NYSE Area Inc., the NASDAQ Stock Market LLC, yada, 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 yada. And pursuant to Section 19B1 of the Securities Exchange Act of 1934, Exchange Act, and Rule 19B-4 thereunder, Rule 19B-4, each of NYSE ARCA Inc., the NASDAQ Stock Market, and CBOE BZX Exchange Inc., filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC or Commission, proposed rule changes to list and trade shares of the following. NYSE ARCA proposes to list and trade shares of 1, the Grayscale Ethereum Trust, and 2, the Bitwise Ethereum ETFs under New York's NYSE Area Rule 8.201-E, commodity-based trust shares. NASDAQ proposes to list and trade shares of 3, the iShares Ethereum Trust, under NASDAQ Rule 5711D, commodity-based trust shares, and BZX proposes to list and trade. So, isn't it funny how BlackRock is always at the heart of the ETFs? BlackRock runs the world, folks. The quicker you all realize that, the easier this is all going to be. BlackRock runs the financial world. So crypto, Forex, the stock market, they run the show. They run the show, and the sooner you get on board, the sooner you'll be able to understand and accept the fate we have. However, Seifert and others believe the SEC could continue to pursue actors involving with staking Ethereum. I think they will try to thread this needle and say Ethereum itself, they're not going to call a security, but staked Ethereum might be a security, and I don't believe they're going to give that up anytime soon. So that's the Ethereum stuff. So I hope that brought you up to date. Now we're going to talk about the XRP whale that dumps 56 million tokens as we're down to the last 8 minutes of this update, roughly. XRP whale dumps 56 million coins amid price fluctuation. What's next? So XRP whale continues to dump considerable amounts of XRP coins to exchanges. And knowing that we're only 1 week away from the next 1 billion escrow dump of XRP from Ripple, it's an interesting timing. XRP whale transaction raises investor speculations. XRP price fluctuations, although sentiments of bolstered movement prevail in the market. Despite the recent FIT21 birth optimism and relief orbiting the Ripple community, XRP, the Ripple Labs-backed cryptocurrency, has shown quite a turbulent price action. Defying usual market sentiments, amid the heightened volatility, a renowned XRP whale has continued to dump significant amounts of XRP coins into centralized exchanges, garnering interest across the global crypto community. Nearly 56 million XRP was offloaded to CEXs in the past 24 hours, per data by an on-chain analytics platform. The Chronicle has sparked concerns among investors surrounding XRP's performance ahead. So whale dump ignites investor anxiety. According to the insights offered by Whale Alert, 56 million XRP was recorded to be offloaded by a couple of transactions by the same whale address. Notably, the address RZN, a renowned XRP whale, transferred XRP to Bitstamp and Bitso. The first transaction showcased that 30.8 million XRP worth $15.63 million in United States dollars was shifted to Bitso, whereas the second transaction illustrated that 25.8 million XRP worth $13.4 million was transferred to Bitstamp. Although relatively small, these transfers highlight the presence of selling pressure, a factor that could potentially hinder XRP's price from experiencing a significant increase. Moreover, CoinGlass data spotlighted XRP's liquidations worth $4.72 million in the past 24 hours, further adding to the turbulent performance. So XRP price fluxes. As of writing, XRP's price slipped 0.32% in the past 24 hours and is currently trading at 52.49 cents. The Ripple-backed token market cap rested at $29.09 billion. Further, the trading volume saw a 102.28% spike, reaching $2.26 billion. Meanwhile, CoinGlass data pointed to a staggering 232.91% increase in the token's derivatives volume, followed by futures and options OI slip of 5.16%. This data collectively paints the presence of mixed market sentiments among investors, potentially driven by speculative trading. Adding on, the layer of intrigue, the RSI hovered at around 50, signaling that the asset is neither overbought nor oversold. This data further flags an uncertain picture of XRP's future price movements. However, it's worth mentioning that Coinbase recently initiated XRP trading in New York, adding a slight tine of optimism on the token's cryptographic venture. Yeah, so if anybody hasn't heard that, I shared a lot about it in the live last night. If you haven't heard yet, Coinbase, hold on, I wanted to copy this real quick, but Coinbase relisted XRP for USA users last night, or yesterday, so that was some big news. So now let's finish the technical analysis as I got to get going. Bitcoin's down 570.67,399, down a little bit more from the last time we checked. Looks like a little inverted hammer possibly, but we do have this dot cross in the 45, almost a 20 crossing the 200 and the 50 crossing the 200 almost going through as well. Hourly, we're about to have a dot cross. If we get rejected here by Bitcoin at 67,600 area, there's a very real chance we could break down here, and the next breakdown target is down at 64,688 or 600 area. So pay attention to that with Bitcoin. If we look at this, it does look like a head and shoulders pattern possibly formed here from the top. Now, it could mean for further consolidation, so that's something we're going to have to wait and see how this actually plays out. But just understand that the next target, if it does break down for Bitcoin, is right around 64,000. Real target here at 64,500 area. So pay attention to that with Bitcoin. Right now, the XRP Bitcoin pairing is in our favor. We're up 1.5% up to that 7.9 sat level. And I was talking about this when it came all the way down here to the 7.49 stat levels. I kept buying. I've got $4,400 in, and I'm up right now. I don't know how much, a couple percent. But now it's back up to this major resistance that we showed last night again in the live at 788 sat level. And if we can get on top of the 788 sat level roughly, actually, let me even this out just a little bit. If we get, it's just above 788. If we get above the 790 sat level, then we could expect the next breakout to be towards that it's roughly 832 level. But if this breaks out bullishly, it's a much bigger gain. You could be coming all the way up towards the 1000 sat level. And that's about 20% from here. So we'll see if we can continue to maintain and push through this with the XRP Bitcoin pairing. But I'm very optimistic with this as we're continuing to move up here. We've been buying into it for a couple weeks. Every move down, we've been buying every day when it was going down. And now we're trying to break out here from the 790 sat level. We've got room in the RSI in the 30 minute. The hourly's got a little bit of room. We have a golden cross here as Bitcoin has a dot cross in the hourly, or about to have a dot cross in the hourly. The XRP Bitcoin pairing has put in a golden cross, which is very bullish, and a short-term pattern flip. So if it can hold this 790 sat level, this will confirm the golden cross, and we'll be off to the races here. We will be off to the races. And it's a rather astounding move if it can make it. It is a rather astounding move. And it's not like, oh my God, it's going to make us rich. But I'm telling you right now, if it makes this move, some of you are going to be very, very happy. And one could argue that it should bounce off of here. So I guess we could put the target from there to 833. Actually, it bounced out of here. So the first target would still get you up to about, if it plays true, which it's trying, it'll bring us up closer to about the 827 sat level. If you get on top of the 82 sat level, that's when you have the big spike up. Big spike up from the 827, or if you can get on top of 827. So from the breakout point, from about 754, which our average is under. Oh no, it's not under. Let me take a quick look here. As make sure to hit that like button before you leave, as well as we're ending this technical analysis update very quickly here. I just want to make sure, as I'm talking about the XRP Bitcoin pairing, exactly where I stand right now. Okay, so up 1.25%. So let's run this back down 1.25% to see exactly where the average is. Is that about the 7? Where are we at right now? Where the heck is the XRP Bitcoin pairing? I took it off my chart. That is insane. But everybody knows who watches. This is typical for TradingView to do this kind of nonsense. I don't know which one I used. It might have been Binance. Yep. Okay. Thought it was Binance. So Binance, we're going to add this back. And I'll release this update in just a second. I just want to give you the last bit of information with this. I don't want to end without doing my due diligence. So yeah. So one more second and then I'll release this. As you already know everything about XRP and everything else. But I want to end... so the XRP Bitcoin pairing. So I'm up 1.5%, which means my average is right at 778. So I have a 777. That's what it was. 777 sat level is my average buy-in, and I have $4,300 plus into it. It might even be $4,400. Have a blessed morning, everybody. Thank you all so much for the patience.